day and welcome to the latest episode of the Sport Rap Show. My name is Jesse Jackson Kauraitha. I'll be uncovering the latest sports news as well, some of those news that you need to hear that have passed. Of course, now for the latest on the hit list. Today on the hit list, we start off with an interview with Twafi Shafompambi speaking about the Navahab Half Marathon taking place at Karibeb this weekend. Very passionate about it, discussing what the event has brought to the town, the benefits to the people, as well as the company itself, which has been sponsoring this event for the 11th time now. It will be the 11th edition of this competition. Let's hear from her. So Twafi, of course, it is an important weekend for Navahab Gold Mine. It's a half marathon, a big event, the 11th edition, if I'm correct. So just tell us more. How is the vibe? How has the preparations been building towards this event?
Oh, it's been amazing. The excitement is undeniable. Like you said, it's over the 11th year now. Navahab Gold Mine has been sponsoring this marathon. You know, we started off with, you won't believe it, we started off with 45,000, and now we are sponsoring towards this marathon 345,000. So you can really see the impact or the investment that we're making into this event. We also got a lot of sponsors on board. We initially had 16. Now we have 9. So we've added 9, sorry. So the excitement is there, the vibe is there. The whole world, or rather the whole country, is coming to Karibeb this weekend. We also have great performances coming up after the marathon. And also one of the things that we've really added onto this year was to allow people on Friday, this coming Friday, to come into our mine. You know, just to, you know, sometimes you when you hear Navahab Gold Mine or QKR Namibia Navahab Gold Mine, that's our full name, by the way, you wonder, what is a mine? Or what happens at the mine? So now we're giving 30 participants that opportunity to come and tour the mine. And again, then obviously they are there for the marathon. What is also important to announce here is that I would really urge all interested participants to please register by today, because the registrations are obviously closing today. The deadline is tonight, midnight. So that's really just, it's an important takeaway. But we are very excited. We're ready to host the participants. We are just on a roll that we hope, and you know, because of our planning and everything, that everything goes well. But with our sponsors, with the community's help, and with the relevant, especially with the community of Karibeb, and even the town council, everybody's on board, everybody's excited, and everybody's just like, when can Saturday come already?
Yes, I know, because I think most of the times we've heard how important this marathon is, especially to the vendors and everyone in the town. But to Navahab itself, I want to find out why this marathon. What was the significance of bringing such an initiative, or sponsoring, getting involved in such an initiative?
Very, very good question, because that obviously determines or underscores why we're doing it. So the marathon, the Navahab Half Marathon, forms part of our social responsibility initiatives. We have about 5 different pillars, and health, or rather sport, is one of them. So truly, that is the essence of why we are the main sponsor. And also we just advocate, even in the workplace, we advocate for healthy minds and healthy bodies. And we have a wellness program. So not program, and as well as a section. So we obviously are very cognizance of the fact that we want our employees healthy. So how do you do that? You also then align yourself to when the Ministry of Health of Education came to to ask for, or to rather request for a sponsorship. We thought, what a great way to collaborate in making a difference in Karibeb. You know, the last year's winners, for example, Lavinia and Paulos, they won, and what we did is we took them to PE to participate in that type of marathon, in that marathon day. So again, it's you through this type of initiatives, you make a difference in the community, you empower athletes, And you also build a happy and a healthier workforce.
Happy and healthy workforce there. Well, in terms of return in investment, would NAVAHUB say that having held this marathon for, the 11th edition, of course I know it's a rhetoric question because that's why you're still there, but anyways, would you say that the mine has actually benefited widely from this?
Absolutely. I think you spoke of equity and how we benefit. I think the first thing is really the brand equity that comes into play here, because every single participant and every person who hears about this marathon is links it to our brand. So it's one of those little things that we as PR people do to just for people to connect with us as a brand and to understand and see what it is that we do. NAVAHUB Gold Mine has been in existence since 1989, right? And the marathon for the 11th year going has been one of our cornerstone initiatives, whereby we promote health, we promote togetherness, we promote relations and all of that. So we want everybody in Namibia and all over to understand what our brand stands for. And that's really the equity that you get out of this investment that you get out of it, where we collaborate with like-minded institutions like ourselves. We make a difference in our community, and even I'm sure even you now, Jesse, you didn't know much about NAVAHUB, but now you're like, oh wow, and like now we're giving $20,000 to the first male and female. Now again, that is an investment on its own. Yes, and not just those two, by the way. It's the 10. So there's 21 kilometers, and then there's 10, and then there's 5. There's a lot of prizes to be won. For the first time now, we are giving people an experience to come and experience our mine. That just talks to who we are as an institution. It talks to who we are as an organization that cares about the community that you're operating in. It makes a difference.
It makes a difference.
Yes. Because like that day, specifically, the whole of Karibib will come out. People from different towns will come out, experience our warm town. People will say, I just drive through. There is no way you're going to drive through after this marathon. You're going to stop and, spend your money and invest and understand, oh, there's a gold mine here making a difference.
All right. In terms of the safety and security aspect, we know it is still a town and there are individuals always trying to be funny. What do you make of that security tight? You have made sure that the people will be safe.
No, absolutely, absolutely. Besides just us sourcing for security services, the Namibian police within the Karibib area is also fully aware, and they are on board to assist us. Because you cannot say that those type of elements will not be there. But we also, from previous marathons that we've had, security is one of the things that we do not compromise on.
All right. Last but not least, will we see you also in action?
You will see me in action behind the scenes. I will obviously be leading the media team just to ensure that things are that we all know what's happening from today leading to the marathon, and also obviously after, like the post-mortem. But you will see me in action with regards to doing what I do best.
Doing what you do best. I understand what you mean, and well, I'm going to leave it right there. Well, we have heard it from the NAVAHUB PRO. Thank you so much for coming through, and we hope for a great event and a successful one as always.
Thank you very much. See you on the finishing line.
All right, see you. Now, of course, the event is nothing without the approval of the town council and those that runs the town. Let's hear from the mayor how prepared the town is.
Council as a hosting town have been in partnership with NAVAHUB Gold Mine, ensuring that this race takes place in Karibib annually, and ensuring that the town is prepared in terms of accommodation to cater all the athletes from all corners of Namibia. So we are ready again this year. So come Saturday, I think everything will run smoothly. So currently we are busy with the cleanup of the town, and Friday we'll be having a big cleaning campaign. So where all the community members and also our companies and sponsors, they will be on board, ensuring the town is clean and is able to cater our visitors and those athletes that will take place that day. It's only that the only challenge we have a bit is Karibeb is one of the fastest growing town in Namibia, and for now we have projects that are on the ground. If you pass through Karibeb to the coast, you will see we have big earth moving machines on the road. So they are busy rehabilitating the Trans-Kalahari road, so that is passing Karibeb to Usakos. So I would like to caution the athletes and all the motorists to just have to be on the lookout. So of those that will participate. However, we have a detour road behind the street, behind the main road, whereby I think that's where the athlete will utilize that road to ensure that we accommodate everyone. So let us just be on the lookout, those that will participate that day. So in terms of accommodation, we have quite a number of guest houses and in town. So for those that might be in need, I would like to refer you to the office of the local economic development officer. On the number is 064 55 0016. So if you call on that number, I think you'll be assisted accordingly. So as a town, we are going to welcome everyone, and we would like to see you on Saturday. Thank you very much.
Of course, this past weekend there was an epic match between UNAM and Wanderers in the Gold Cup. One of the things that stood out for me there was when Brian Munango held those post-match interviews. Let's hear from him.
Rustig Danny, hoe gaan het? Danny, goede wedstrijd, mooi gespeeld. Contact, misschien de laatste trek veel stil van de einde gekregen, maar vertel me, ander finaal van jullie, andere keer om misschien trofee te proberen krijgen. Vertel me, hoe was de game?
Eerstens props vir UNAM. Hulle het regtig gekom vandag vir dit en ons het geweet voor die tyd hulle gaan 'n goeie game vir ons bring. Ons was nie on to par vandag gewees met ons vaste fasette nie, so ons weet waarna ons moet werk in hierdie week nou ons voorbereiding na die finaal toe. Maar ja, ons vat die wen en weer eens net
in die span. Hoe voel dit vir jou om die span om die leier in die span te wees vandag?
Ag nee, is 'n absolute eer veral met sulke mense in die span. Ek dink is 'n goeie ding ook so want ek kan baie by hulle leer.
Now, of course, before that weekend, there was an epic weekend of the NSSU where teams went all guns blazing in terms of top honors. That league has concluded, but the memories of those finals live in the minds of many. Let's just relive some of those moments before Ario Hart takes us through the international news. From me, Jesse Jackson Kauraitha, it is goodbye.
Standby highlights. 10 nodig.
Okay. Hierso dan Windhoek Gimnasium in hierdie bronsfinaal van die 2025 Maison. In die hoekie is hulle op die doellyn. En dan 'n Gimep Gimnasium, Windhoek Gimnasium het daarso 'n tikskoppie gevat en Brits en JD Jankovic se eerste skop wat 'n bietjie skeef getrek het. Dit was Charles Salje wat 'n kans gekry het met sy eerste strafskop paal toe vir Tsumeb. Kompak Tsumeb Gimnasium en hy voeg 3 punte by in sy 50ste wedstryd vir die eerste span. Het hy die 5 span op die veld gelei. Charles Salje punte vir hom hier so op die Hakie Geingob stadion. Windhoek Gimnasium wat stelselmatig hulle stempel afgedruk het. Die flank Fourie Steyn wat daar plat getrek is, kry sy aangeweg na JD Jankovic toe en daar's genoeg van 'n gaping vir hom daar om af te rond vir Windhoek Gimnasium se tweede 3. Hy is ook natuurlik hulle nommer 1 skopper al die hele seisoen. Goed geskop vandag, hele klompie later van die kant en af deur die palle gestuur. En hierso Oliver Seeger, nommer 14 wat die bal kry van die tweede fase af en genoeg krag en momentum het vir sy 3 om te draf palle toe. Sterk regtervleuel daar van Windhoek Gimnasium. Hy sou later in die wedstryd sou hy nog 1 of 2 keer die doellyn oorsteek. Tsumeb wat in geen stadium moet opgegee het nie, heeltyd aanhou veg het en hulle voorspelers gebruik het. En die nommer 8 en kaptein Russell Bartlett wat hy die eerste van sy 3 gedruk het in hierdie wedstryd. Hy het ook sy kant gebring in hierdie wedstryd vir Tsumeb deurentyd. Hierso JD Jankovic wat die bal bring in die agterlyn af en Pieter Stefan Stassen daar in spasie draf om palle toe. 'n Mooi skoot daar van ons hommeltuig Pieter Stefan Stassen met sy 3 vir Windhoek Gimnasium. Hier was dit 'n lynstaan gewen deur Gimnasium. Ja, dis net die kyk weer van daai 3 van Pieter Stefan Stassen. En dit was dan die 3 wat Tsumeb Windhoek Gimnasium se telling gevat het na 26 toe. Skop was tussen die palle deur daar van JD Jankovic. Charles Salje wat hierso die verdediging aanvat, plat getrek deur Vincent Scholes. En met optel en dryf is dit Russell Bartlett wat weer 'n 3 druk vir Tsumeb Gimnasium, hulle 8ste man en kaptein. Charles Salje kans kry palle toe en voeg hy 2 punte by om vir Tsumeb Gimnasium so 'n bietjie nader te bring. Ingestorm hierso deur Jan Daniel de Villiers, hy het hom maar vasgeloop teen die verdediging. Jan Daniel de Villiers na Boelem Olofsen, na JD Mentjies, JD Jankovic en hierso Oliver Seeger wat op dreef kom, trap binne toe en skud die verdedigers af en gaan druk sy tweede 3 van die wedstryd. Tweede 3 van die eerste helfte en die doelskop wat nie daar was van JD Jankovic nie, daar sien ons dan.
Good day everyone, time for international sports news, starting off with soccer news first. It is Champions League that started, 36 teams that's taking part in the competition, and there was a few surprises in the first knockout games, not knockout games, round robin games rather, and it is the Belgium team Union Sarat-Galois, and they beat PSV Eindhoven, so that was a big surprise, and also it was a good away win for Arsenal, and they beat Athletic, and that was 2-0, 2 late goals for Arsenal in that game, and other results was Quarenberg that beat Benfica by 3-2, and then also it was Juventus and Dortmund, the Borussia Dortmund, that played to a 4-4 draw. That was quite an exciting game. And then Real Madrid and Marseille, they played, and it was the home team Real Madrid that won that game by 2-1. And Tottenham Hotspur, they played against Villarreal. That was at home, and it was a 1-0 win for Tottenham Hotspur. Quite a few games also being played on Wednesday, and that will be some of the highest seeded teams that will be in action. PSV, Paris Saint-Germain, also Liverpool, and also Bayern Munich, all of them in action on Wednesday. On to cricket news next, and it is the South African women's cricket team, the Proteas. They play a 50-over ODI series against Pakistan. The first of 3 games was completed, and a good result for South Africa, and they won by 8 wickets. It was Pakistan batting first, 255 for 4. Then South Africa reaching the 259 they made for the loss of only 2 wickets. 2 best batsmen, both unbeaten. It's Marizanne Kapp with 121 unbeaten runs, and Tasman Brits also 101. The next game will be on Friday, again against Pakistan. Closing off the tennis news, and it's a Guadalajara Tennis Open, that's in Mexico, and it was won by very American Iva Jovic, and it's a great performance. It's the youngest player this year to win a WTA tournament, and she's just 17 years old and 283 days, and she was number 73 in the world rankings before this tournament, and now with this win on the WTA tour, it is Jovic that moved up to number 36 in the world rankings. She won 6-4, 6-1. That was in the finals. She beat Emilio Aranjo in the final, so a great result by her. So that is international sports news for today. Hope you have a great sport day. We talk international sport again tomorrow. Goodbye.